Welcome to the Expert Novice here at Every Way Woman. We're here with part 2 with Mary McGregor on how to make these skirts from ties. So in the first part we learned what materials we need and how to get our tie selected. So Mary has already put together a selection of skirts. So this is part 2. So where do we go from here?
Okay, so this one we already sewed all the neckties together, and I've guesstimated that this will probably fit me.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Now, the next thing that we need to do is cut, because this is made with the entire necktie, that's how I do it. We're going to cut it off so that's easier to manage and so that it goes about to the right height on your knee.
Okay.
So, Madison, if you'll move over here, I'll just explain what I'm talking about. Most people like to wear their skirts and pants these days a little below their belly button. So I would measure, like, where's your belly button? Like right there somewhere? Okay, good. So I would measure that it's right here and about right down here to, I'm going to say that I'm going to cut this particular one. You want to cut it, you want to measure it 1 inch longer than what you're going to need, because you're going to fold the top of it over. So we're going to measure this to be 1 inch longer than what you really want it to be.
Okay, so if I want it to be 17 inches long from my belly button down to my knee, then I want 18 inches of tie.
Right, but because I feel like I'm a little bit older and I shouldn't be exposing quite so much of my leg, I'm going to cut it at 19 inches, this particular skirt. Okay. So then you just come over to the necktie skirt, and I just measure and put, this is the only time I use pins. Oh no, I think I use pins for the zipper.
Okay.
And I'm going to measure from the tip of the point of the tie to just up, and I just mark it with a pin.
Okay. So what I see you doing is you're going to move this over take this right to the point on that 19-inch, slide it right up, and then pin it at the top. And all of these have already been pinned, measured 19 inches from the tip of the tie to the pin.
That means the finished length of the necktie skirt will be about 18 inches, maybe just a tad bit longer.
That's right, because we're going to
fold it over at the top with seam binding.
Right. So this little fold here.
Right. Let me just make sure
what we're doing.
Yes. Now, the only thing that I have to say about this is that when you're doing the pins, you'll notice how, as you put the pins in, it doesn't look straight.
Right. It looks very crooked.
It looks very crooked.
Looks
All
like
I can tell you to do is, so the next thing we're going to do, pardon me just a second, Madison, is I'm going to start cutting these neckties off.
Okay.
Okay, which is a little daunting because you think, oh my God, I must be screwing it up.
Well, you have to be committed.
Right. You're not screwing anything up. I cut just below it.
Okay.
But like, for instance, right there,
but see, yeah,
that one's really weird, so I just sort of make do.
Okay. So in a way, we are just kind of makeshifting our way around, but staying pretty close.
Right.
To the
above
pins.
or below the pins. Above or below the pins, depending upon where the next pin is.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Whoopsie. Right. And there you go.
Okay, we've lost these ties.
That's good. And you can just put them over there, or put them wherever you want. Sorry, honey. And there you go. So that's the finished length of the whole thing. I think I cut the tablecloth. That you don't ever cut this, honey. So there's the finished length. Now I'm going to go to the sewing machine, because the back of the neckties start to come apart a little bit at the top.
Right.
I'm just going to sew it down to make sure that they don't move.
Right. See, they start to open and fray.
And now I'm going to get rid of all the pins. They don't really fray because it's silk and it doesn't really do anything. I just don't want anything to move or start to stretch out.
Okay, so
I don't want to lose the shape of the necktie.
We're just going to sew it down so that the patterns don't move and shift.
And it's just a straight, oh, ouch.
Oh, look. I didn't know this, but neckties are stuffed with these little linings.
That's to give them a little bit more oomph. And you know what? People look at these neckties. I mean, I would think, oh my God, this is going to look so ghastly, god-awful on me. But you know what? It really is. It's oddly slimming. I must say, it's oddly slimming, this whole thing. It's weird. That's why men wear them around their necks, so that their bellies look slimmer. That's right. They don't know that, but that must be why they do it. Because I can't think of any other reason. Okay. Neckties have gone slightly out of fashion in California. It's not so much the case on the East Coast, but in California, men don't wear them as much. So, and I'm just sewing this at the width of the foot on the machine.
So it's just a basic straight stitch is what it looks like. There's nothing fancy going on here.
Yeah, nothing. Oh, whoopsie, that's a little far apart, isn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
let me fix that in. So just push it back together.
Okay, so if your tie starts to separate, then just hold it down together.
Yeah, because neckties on the inside are, they're basted where the fold is.
Basted, what's basted?
A real loose stitch, usually done by hand. That's why they get kind of expensive. Not to mention the fabric too.
Okay.
And I have to say that young kids, like I teach in schools and stuff, and the young girls just love these skirts, and they look really cute over
Jeans.
Over jeans.
Yes, I was just thinking that.
Yeah, really cute over jeans or leggings. Certainly over leggings. You can wear them with boots or flip flops or whatever turns you on. You know. Okay, so that's that, and then that's all that we do right there. And then the next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna get ready to put the zipper in the back. And so
Okay.
this part is all I'm doing is so now this is the front of the skirt. You can tell that because there's no labels. See the labels in this necktie skirt?
Right.
Now there's no labels. So now I'm going to just take that. I'm going to make a seam inside out. I'm going to sew it at a standard about a 5/8 inch because I'm going to put the zipper in.
Okay.
And I'm going to start from the bottom.
Okay, so I see what you're doing here is you're putting the two tips together on the tie.
Right.
And you're pressing the ties together so that they match.
Right. So, and then I'm going to just sew straight up the back of the skirt. Now, when I do this, I make sure that I don't sew 5/8 of an inch down here because I don't want it to look quite so much. I ease into 5/8.
Ease into
Ease
five.
in. That means I gradually move to 5/8 of an inch.
So you gradually ease
I
in.
gradually ease
Ease
in. Sounds like we're talking about something else. Yep, we just ease in.
Ease it in, baby.
Baby. Oh yeah, it always goes there. Okay, so here we go, and we just ease in. So now
Now,
I'm
I
at
see
5/8.
it's starting to kind of pull a little bit.
Not really. You just
Okay.
stop. If it pulls, just stop and reline it up.
So it's not a big deal. If it starts to pull a little bit,
Yeah.
it's not one of those projects where it has to be precise.
And at this point, you're thinking, "Thank God she's not a brain surgeon." Yeah. Yeah, that's what's nice.
Well, that's what we do here.
That's why we have the ripper. If it all goes crazy, just take the ripper. Oh, whoopsie. Okay, now I'm at about where the zipper's going to go in.
Okay.
So I'm going to take it down to a basting stitch, which means it'll be really easy to rip open. So, and I'm going to finish it out at that.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
So you've given about how?
7 inches.
About 7 inches from the zipper to the top is where you're gonna want that basting.
Yes, to begin.
Okay. So
And that's that.
okay. So
Next, we put the zipper in.
when we come back, we're going to put the zipper in and finish the top of the skirt. So next time you tune in, hopefully you'll have your skirts all sewn together with that basting inch in the back, which is that loose stitch from about 7 inches from the top. And then we'll go ahead and put the top on together. Thank you.